Tonight, we report on what Michael Meyer pleaded in court and why a group of people are singing in Ephrata. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Area college and high school basketball teams are still alive in postseason play. Stay tuned to find out where the action is going down. Here's a look at our Weather Center forecast.
It was a dry day along the Columbia Basin, but we do have changes in our forecast as early as tonight. I will have all the details in a minute.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Michael Meyer pleaded not guilty to the murder of Brandon Menda. Meyer, a 17-year-old Moses Lake boy, is charged with murder in the first degree, murder in the second degree, unlawful possession of a firearm in the first degree, unlawful possession of a firearm in the second degree, and 3 counts of tampering with a witness. State law requires 16 or 17-year-olds to face adult charges for certain crimes, including murder. Defense attorney Julie Anderson asked Grant County Superior Court Judge Evan Spurline to lower Meyer's $2 million bail. Spurline denied the request. Meyer is accused of killing Menda for disrespecting him and for an entanglement with Meyer's former girlfriend. Grant County Animal Outreach hosted their 3rd annual Spay-Getty dinner yesterday. Here's Courtney Vasquez with the story.
It's National Spay and Neuter Awareness Month, and members of Grant County shared support over a plate of spaghetti. Grant County Animal Outreach hosted its 3rd annual Spay-Getty dinner in Moses Lake. The Humane Society's manager Carmen Dirting said spaying and neutering animals helps control the pet population in Grant County. It also leads to less strays wandering the streets. Veterinarian Dick Meyer reminded supporters that animals need to be cared for in other ways as well.
Think the process through before you adopt, and match the pet to your lifestyle, your home, and it'll be a lot better outcome. You won't be looking for a new home for this big, rambunctious puppy because I'm 75 and I can't deal with this puppy anymore. So when you're not looking to place those as often as if we thought it through in the first place.
Raffle tickets and a variety of pet items were sold, including sweaters, collars, and chew toys. Proceeds from the dinner go towards the Moses Lake Humane Society. For iFIBER 1 News, I'm Courtney Vasquez.
Thank you, Courtney. A medical condition caused a man to drive off the side of State Route 28 about a mile outside of Quincy this morning. Rolando Garcia, a 34-year-old Yakima man, was driving a 2008 Ford Escape west on SR 28 when he reportedly crossed the center line, drove off the road, and hit a tree. According to the Washington State Patrol, Garcia was injured in the crash and transported to Quincy Valley Medical Center. The State Patrol listed the cause of the crash as medical, and Garcia was cited for driving with wheels off the roadway. Columbia Basin Allied Arts is celebrating art with music, wine, and bidding for their 5th annual art soiree, fundraiser, and art auction. Starting at 6 p.m. on Friday, wine tastings are provided by Jones of Washington, accompanied by a gourmet appetizer buffet. The local band Cover Story performs while a silent auction of artwork, getaway trips, and other items is underway. This year's featured artist is local painter and Big Bend Community College art professor Ree Palkovich, with her still life painting Akimbo being the focal theme of the soiree. To purchase tickets, call Columbia Basin Allied Arts at 509-793-2059 or visit Art Garden Pottery at 104 West 3rd Avenue. Tickets are $50 each. Moses Lake won't change its rules on how high grass can be for now. The City Council decided not to take any action on a proposal which would require residential lots with homes to keep the grass, weeds, and other vegetation that pose a fire hazard at a maximum of 6 inches high. The proposal came after Councilmember Bill Ekert raised concerns about the vacant lots with tall weeds. 2 council members said the proposal seemed vague and would likely be hard to enforce. The council plans to discuss the issue at its retreat in early March. Now let's take a look at people with warrants issued by the State Department of Corrections.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the Department of Corrections asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m.
We'll be right back after this.